My name is Abba Waziri Ngurno, and I'm a PhD researcher at the Department of Environment and Geography here at the University of York.
What is your PhD about?
My PhD examines the role of climate-smart agriculture interventions in enabling climate-resilient development for smallholder farmers in dryland region of Nigeria, specifically Kano State.
What is the problem that your research will address?
My research aims to address the issue of the inequalities in adopting climate-smart agriculture. Dryland regions are faced with issues of climate change exacerbating the issues of drought, water scarcity, and land degradation, which is making farmers to be more vulnerable to the negative impacts of climate change. Climate-smart agriculture, or CSA, as an approach aims to enhance the resilience of the agricultural system to support farmers to achieve food security and income, enhance their adaptive capacity to respond to the negative impacts of climate change, and to mitigate or remove greenhouse gas emissions in the sector where possible. While climate-smart agriculture has the potential to support farmers to achieve climate-resilient development, the issues of social inequalities, environmental sustainability, inclusivity, as well as knowledge diversity must be given adequate attention when implementing climate-smart agriculture to farmers by organizations. So this is also significant given the fact that CSA is being promoted to farmers without giving adequate consideration to the issues of access to natural resources, especially by women, access to financial credit that will support farmers to adopt these climate-smart agricultural technologies. So for CSA to support farmers to achieve climate-resilient development, these issues must be addressed, and that is what my research is looking at.
What methods do you use for your work?
I'll be going to third year. Currently, I'm doing my data entry and cleaning, and then the methods I use are farm household survey, focus group discussions, and key informant interviews.
What made you interested in this subject to begin with?
This is the passion about addressing climate issues of climate change that is impacting agriculture in the northern region of Nigeria.
How did you end up at York?
It's an interesting one. I first talked to my supervisor, my supervisor, Professor Lindsay Stringer. She was just about coming to York herself, so we had to wait a little. She was just coming, so we had to wait a little before I do the application. So along the line, it was a long journey. Along the line, COVID came in, and it disrupted everything. No traveling. I had to stay back in Nigeria. After COVID, I lost my father, and then I had to I just had to postpone my coming again. And then after everything, with the shocks of COVID, my funding agency could not be able to send people again to overseas to study. So they asked us to wait a little. We should give them a little bit of time. So that took almost a year. And then finally in 2022, I was able to get my funding, and then I came to York. So it was a long and interesting journey.
Why York?
First and foremost, my supervisor actually played a huge role in me coming here, because when I first talked to her via email, she told me she was moving to York, and I decided that, okay, wherever you're going, I'm going. So I decided to apply to York. But it was really interesting when I came to York. Studying here is really, really interesting in the sense that I've never imagined that the university is really, really focused on environmental sustainability and conservation, which is my area. The conservation in itself is really, really quite interesting, seeing all the green areas, seeing all the maintenance and management of that. And then at the same time, the facilities, they are really, really supportive. Quite a number of journals that are related or relevant to what I'm doing, the books. So all these things are actually quite interesting when I came in. So I would say University of York is one institution that I would say anybody that is interested in studying environmental sustainability should come here.
What was the biggest challenge in your work?
The biggest challenge that I encounter is actually getting the organizations to accept my participation request, because they don't get to respond on time, and sometimes the bureaucracy that comes with your request getting to different or various departments in an office before they get back to you, that has been a major challenge. Sometimes you have to go there, maybe moving from one department to the other with the secretary or something to make sure that you later get to the right person. Sometimes your request may have been uh, lost along the line, and then you have to do another one and then send it back again to them. So it's really a lot of challenge. And then another challenge is the climate. The temperature in Kano State, when I did my fieldwork, is not really friendly around that period. That is March. It's really hot. The temperature goes about 40, 45 degrees around that time, and it's really, really sunny. So moving around the communities to engage farmers is really, really quite challenging.
What's the bit of your work that you're most proud of?
The fieldwork,
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it again,
Why?
because engagement with the farmers not only gives me an insight about what they do, but it has also improved my experience about agriculture, about how these farmers are doing their farming, and what informs their decision in taking certain farming techniques or certain farming practices.
How would you like to see your research applied in the future?
I would like to see my research actually challenging the current way that organizations are engaging farmers, especially in areas of interventions, by ensuring that there is a proper bottom-up approach in ensuring that the voices and agencies of the farmers are given adequate attention when engaging them.
If you could go back and give yourself some advice, what would it be?
In what aspect of the research?
All of it. Like, if you had to do any element, if you had to go back and start your PhD again, what's the advice you'd give yourself?
I would say to read even more and don't rush it, because the moment you rush it, there are some element of the work that you will come to realize that you have left while you are reviewing the papers. So I would say to read even more.
What's your plan for the future?
I plan to go back to Nigeria, establish my own center for developing smallholder farmers. So in conclusion, I would like to first appreciate my supervisors for the tremendous support that they have been giving me throughout the course of my PhD so far. And also, I would like to say my work will continue to evolve as I am working here at the University of York with the necessary support and the right environment that they have given to me to pursue my PhD career. So thank you very much, and hopefully we talk again.